doing like play fighting, but then it kind of got serious because he was being a bit too rough, and he was probably 14 or something, and I was like 8, and he flipped me over his shoulder and just snapped it right in half. And
Broken.
I didn't cry or I didn't get pissed or I was just so.
No, he looked at it.
So shocked.
He looked at it and then looked at me and then looked at it again and was like, I should go upstairs. That's all he said. I should go upstairs. I was like, and then in my head, I'm seeing this bone just like bent out of his shoulder, and I'm just
but
like,
it never came to that over who was going to sing what verse or what line should be in the song. And now our creative process is incredible. I think we're really solid team.
I could see that thing snapping and you just turning to Kevin and going, "Oh man, it's just got real. It's just got real, man."
Yes.
This is an ER visit.
At 8 years old, just
this is a copay now, man.
This is a copay.
This is serious. Dad's gonna be pissed. First last night on the show when we saw like the smoke rising from the studio, my wife goes, "Was one of them smoking?" And that was the incense. That's what it was. But like,
we were smoking.
Yes.
Blunts.
Yes.
Experimental.
Exactly.
And then I'm on Twitter because I'm on Twitter the entire time.
Welcome to the next generation of the Jonas
Brothers.
Brothers.
This is you guys evolving.
It's funny, actually, we thought that too when we had the incense. We were like, they're gonna edit this somehow to make this look like this is
I gotta have
getting
my
trippy.
incense, man. Like this, I gotta have it because I was doing a lot of the writing in my apartment here in the city, and it's an old New York building, and so sometimes you can get some weird smells, and especially I've got
And when you're in a room for a long time by yourself.
Yeah.
and with 3 guys.
Korean butt is kind of That's
And
what it smells like.
so it was very important to have the incense. And now we traveled to that other studio, which is an amazing studio. It's actually Alicia Keys' studio. She's
no way.
been let us use, and we need to have it there.
Do you feel like you have to clean up after you're done? Because, oh man, Alicia's going to be mad. I left a ring on the thing. I used a coaster.
Story ever. We played Jingle Ball with you guys. I don't know who that was, maybe 2008 or whatever.
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we Alicia Keys let us borrow her piano, and we were not told before the show, no jumping on the piano, Joe, because in this moment when there's on one of our songs, When You Look Me in the Eyes, he'd jump up for a big dramatic moment on the bridge, and it was like a thing that he usually did. And then we had her piano out there, and no one told us, and so Joe jumped on the piano. And apparently she was watching and didn't get mad or anything, but I actually thought it was awesome. And maybe that's why she let us use her studio today. But
that could have gone very badly.
It could have been the end to the little bond that we had. But yeah, it was a rough moment.
I could hear her leaving you a voicemail. When you leave footprints on my piano. Like it's totally. Thanks, guys. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Not lending you my stuff ever again.
I would have loved that voicemail.
You don't hear a lot of artists sharing with equipment and stuff. A lot of them don't like to share because they. But you guys, out of all the artists in the music business, the most respectful, I think, to other people's stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what we're doing with the instruments anyway.
Actually, no, it was funny. We saw
one actually play them.
Oh, really? Okay, that rumor is true.
Yeah. One thing we messed with actually once was, you heard it here first. What's his name? J-Lo's ex-husband.
Oh, Mark Anthony.
There was like a case and it just said Mark Anthony, but it was like obviously his women's wardrobe.
Oh, we
for
were
his
in
tour.
rehearsals
And
at
it said-
SIR.
Let's hear this.
And
This is great. Breaking news.
It just said Mark Anthony girls. So we thought it was like a box full of women just in there that he just
Like
travels with.
Like blow-up
So we
chicks?
took tons of pictures.
No, he opens
and-
it. He keeps them in there. And the
okay.
actual
just
women.
like actual women are just inside this box.
That's funny.
We thought it was funny, so we had a good time taking pictures for that.
That was before Twitter
We had
existed.
thank you, Mark Anthony, for the box of girls.
Yeah, if Twitter was around back then, that would have been all over it.
So
Instagram.
here you are in a whole new era of like social networking and stuff. Is it exciting or is it challenging to see what people write about you at a moment's notice?
Actually, we just launched our new Jonas Brothers app, which you've got to get so you can
Let
stay
me
in.
hear about. First, I've heard of it.
Okay, so the Jonas Brothers app is really cool. It's not a lot of people are doing this yet, so whatever, get on it. But the app is pretty cool because it integrates all of our news, our calendar, and all of that. But it allows all our fans to create their own page on it as well and have the fan wall. So
And also, an exciting thing for us is that we recently, I don't know if you knew this, but we recently acquired all of our rights back.
Yeah.
So, we're really in control of our destiny in a lot of ways. And all the music we've released, any visuals anyone have seen of us, so it's all in our hands. And this is a creative way for us to combine all that. And so there's like an archive of every year that we've been a band, just of pictures and videos and music. And then, just different things you can do to connect with other fans in your area. And it's really
when he says in your area, he's not kidding. Like, I hit near me right now on this thing, and it will show me the fans that are in my general vicinity.
Right now, they're all near you.
Yeah.
That's so wow. It's like you can stalk them in reverse.
Exactly.
You know where to go.
So
to stay
finally,
away from
yeah,
them.
exactly. So we can turn a
It's also funny
corner.
because we can see when people are like checking in from like the highway. which is kind of dangerous. Like there's one fan you could see that they've like checked in all the way down the highway.
They like wrote messages all the way up the parkway.
Like, maybe someone else is driving.
Let's hope.
We
Let's
don't
hope
think
so.
so, but
X the text, guys.
So.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had heard that you separated from your longtime label and now you're on your own, which has got to be both exciting and scary because
it's so
I think
great.
more relieving and exciting at the same time. And for us, we're our own bosses, you know, for the first time in a long time.
It's
So
also a real season of change and growth for us. I think that just as people alone, but also in our music and where we want to go with that. And, you know, Hollywood was a good home for us for a while, but now it's time for us to take it in our own hands and do all we can do with it.
So what is the metamorphosis of the band? What kind of sound are we going to hear with this new album?
I think that putting sort of a description by using other artists is difficult because right now it's sort of a mash of a lot of different things. But I think at the core of it, it's our same songwriting style from years past in the sense that it is us creating it and it's our hearts within it and
Telling the story.
And you know, I think we're being influenced right now by some current artists, which is cool for us because usually it's been people from the past that have played an influence, but we felt that it was important to really dive into what's happening now. And so I think people like Frank Ocean are an inspiration, people like Gautier, obviously Adele's last record, you know, capturing sort of artistry and, you know, great music that people can connect with is crucial these days. And, you know, so I think that if we had to sort of find a place to put it, it would be in that zone, but also music that we really like and enjoy. That's the goal, is to make music that we want to listen to.
And as you guys have grown into yourselves, you could totally have a track on the album like, oh, damn, girl, we got to file our taxes. We only have till Tuesday. You could totally...
File our taxes is actually our first...
That's the first single, right?
How did you know
Usher
this?
had filed them papers. We're just really taking them to the
Damn,
next
Don't
step.
Tweet on the Highway is the second hit.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's the second hit. First one's, girl, we got to get to H&R Block in a hurry. Taxes is due, girl.
H&R Block.
Taxes is due.
So when you guys were figuring out which venue you would go and reunite at, Radio City, was that your first choice? How did that come about?
We've
kind
never
of-
played there. Can you believe that? We've never played there.
Historic venue, and this is
We
your
never
first time
played.
there.
Yeah,
We played
so
Madison
we're like,
Square Garden. We
yeah,
played
that-
all
that pit-
the theaters and even like sometimes arenas around this area, but Radio City's kind of chilling. So
Yeah, we had two goals for the New York area. We wanted to play Radio City, and then one day we wanted to go play the Apollo, which we think would be really
Nice.
yeah, it'd be cool. But we want people that could like hold up, you know, like the signs like from 1 to 10 if they didn't like it. You know?
You'd like to be escorted off stage.
I just
actually.
Food,
we
tomatoes,
want to
the
be
whole
judged,
nine.
is what
you
Joe
want.
is saying.
You want it to be like Showtime at the Apollo.
And it's
back
cool
in the
because
day.
it's 10, 11, 12 is the show. So it's actually October 11th, which is kind of iconic in a way. 10, 11, 12.
Someone said to me, did you plan for it to be 10, 11, 12? And I went, yeah, of course, obviously.
Everyone who thought the apocalypse was happening in December, it's actually happening after the Jonas Brothers show at Radio City. So that's why.
That's
the
ceremony.
when we
finale.
say we said one show in New York, there was for a reason.
We're kidding. The world ends right now. All right, guys, good night. Boom. And that's what happens.
Yes.
Gentlemen, a pleasure. I look forward to hearing all the exciting things.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
coming from the band, and it's always, you know, we've known each other for years, and it's great to have you
we
back
have.
at Z100.
Home station.
Awesome. The
Home
exact hometown,
state.
home station, end of the world, Jonas Brothers.
Love it.